Hello, CraftingMantis here, and welcome back to another episode on the Evermoor SMP. So it has been quite some time since I have done some recording on the server. However, that does not mean that I haven't been on the server. I've actually been doing a lot of off-camera work because there's a lot of stuff to kind of get ready for, for actually building and stuff on the server. So let's go ahead and get out of that camera mode. Let's go ahead and come up here. As you can see, we've actually got a entranceway. So this is, just something really simple. We got pillars that kind of go up to more of the, what is this? I kind of forgot what this, wrong button. Oh my gosh. The polished basalt. There we go. Basalt. I know blackstone. Yeah, I can never seem to remember that this is basalt for some reason. I don't know. But as you can see, we have some expansions on the actual harbor here. I've added in this in between this section here and that section there. I don't know if I'm going to be continuing those around, and I've also added some stairs so we can actually get up and down from the bottom. Definitely making access a lot easier. And if you notice, there are no trees. Well, there are trees. That's my little tree farm over there. That is the spruce and dark oak, which I'm growing so that, I can actually do the next projects. And then that marks where my sheepers are. And then we've got this new section here. So this is where the bigger ships would end up docking. And then we've got another one over there, which has a, huge flat section. That island is actually going to be going away. In fact, all of these islands are going to be going away. And we're actually going to kind of create somewhat of a land bridge. But that is not really where it should be. It's a little too close to that there. But as you can see, there's definitely lots and lots of stuff added in here. And yeah, and of course, taking down the trees, that ended up taking absolutely forever. Because, yeah, this entire island was a forest. So, needless to say, I am not going to run out of oak wood anytime soon. So let's go ahead and come over here. We can go ahead and check the other little area that I did. And in doing this, there's also some discoveries that I have made in and around the island, which have caused us to need to do some more work outside of what I already have planned in regards to the harbor. I don't know, I'm probably not going to get to those this episode because, I kind of have to plan some things out. But for one, we have a mine shaft, which means that there is a possibility for cave spiders and whatnot. And in addition to that, we actually have another spawner over here. I found that there was another zombie spawner there. So far I have found 3 zombie spawners on this island, which is absolutely crazy. The one zombie spawner wasn't close enough to the one I had already found there. And so it's like, okay, we'll just stick with the one that's in the actual storage unit. As you can see, I marked this out with torches because I'm like, I will never find this again unless I actually mark this out. So if we come down here, we have a spider spawner. So we have a spider spawner, which we can end up turning into a farm, which will be fantastic. And it sounds like there is a cave down here too. I haven't fully explored all underneath the base, so there's probably lots of more stuff that is hiding underneath. But yeah, so there are lots of stuff that ended up getting discovered because of the fact that I cleared out this entire area. So other than the few trees that are on that little island there, and then the one tree that's kind of marking where the spider spawner is, all the trees are gone. So we have a completely blank palette that I can work with for kind of figuring out how we are going to do this. And speaking of this, before we actually get into the other projects, for those of you who have been with the channel for a while, I have a tendency to do some research on like history and stuff of the types of things that I end up building. Because, my Greco-Roman area on the Diamond Society server, when I was, still a part of that server, I did a whole lot of research. I researched like what kinds of stuff they ended up eating, how they built, and all that stuff. And so I ended up doing some research on pirates Because one of the things that you really hear about is Port Royal. And, you know, that'd be Pirates of the Caribbean and all of that. And I found out, well, it's an actual real place. And yes, it actually was real pirates. And, you know, apparently it was a huge trading hub and stuff in, you know, in Jamaica. And there were actual pirates that, you know, that worked for the English. And they were, you know, given free reign to go and pirate the non-English ships. And yeah, so we actually have real pirates. So I was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and check out what is the architecture like in that area. And so I was kind of doing some research on it, and based on kind of like the era and where it was, there is actually like a Jamaican Georgian architecture. Great. I don't know if I want to try to do the Jamaican or you know, Jamaican Georgian. There we go. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. But, you know, maybe go along the lines of Georgian. I've never done that build style. However, I absolutely love the builds that WBC Builds does. Yes. That doesn't sound right in terms of grammar, but it works. So I really like their builds. And, you know, a lot of them are done in Victorian and Georgian and stuff like that. So I was thinking, it's like, okay, well, we have the possibility, okay, we could kind of do the typical medieval kind of builds that, you know, that I'm kind of, you know, more comfortable with, or we could go along with the Georgian. So I figured I would kind of get an idea from you guys what you guys thought in terms of what kind of build style we should do over here. And so definitely let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And then we can kind of go from there in terms of what we do for the building. However, today I wanted to show you guys on camera what I am going to be doing along this area here before I actually get too far into it. So we are actually going to be, let's see, we're going to do that. And then there's my slab. And then we are going to have a button, and there's going to be a button, and then there's that, and wait, whoa. I actually need to go, and now that I think about it, I need to move that out one. And so this actually needs to be the, I do not. However, I do have a crafting table, and we can go ahead and do that and make a slab. But I wanted to show you guys how I was doing this, because this is the one it's going to end up taking a little while to actually get all of this put into place. But let's see, we got 1, 2, and so this is, okay, so 2, and then that's going to be 3, maybe. Let's see, so we're going to end up like that, and then that needs to be empty. And so, yeah, because it gets a little bit complicated, because what I want to do is I just want like three blocks that are kind of touching the actual like water, because I did this spruce here because this is going to be dry wood, whereas the dark oak, this is going to be right up against the water, and so the water is going to end up lapping up over here and kind of making this darker, and it's going to be wet. And so let's go ahead, let's do this. Oh, and my spruce, okay, there we go, because then we can do that. And then, oh, no, yeah, that's still not going to end up working because of how this is all set up. Here, hold on. It looks like I might end up having to kind of smooth out some of this, because as you can see, yeah, it gets a little bit complicated. But we're going to end up having a layer of dark oak, and then this is going to end up coming around, and then we're going to do that, and then we can do that. That's going to be there, and then, so this will end up being like so. So it's relatively simple once we actually get it going, because there's not a whole lot to it. Basically, anything that's not touching the actual fences is going to end up having a button, and then we're going to use the lovely chiseled black stone on here, and to kind of get some more of that black stone going on here. So this is going to end up going all the way around to that other section, so I'm going to go ahead and get it done. So I brought you guys back on the camera account so that we could actually get a better idea of just how big this project is. As you can see, I've got all of this stuff in place for the smaller docks area. So this is for the, like the little boats. So not quite ships. So like what we would be paddling around in Minecraft. That's what would end up getting docked here. Whereas the big ships would actually end up getting docked up here. But go ahead and come up. You guys can get a better idea of what is going on over here. So we've got this little, I don't even know what to call it. Well, yeah, harbor piece. I don't know. Yeah, that's one thing. I do not know the jargon for harbor pieces. But that's an area where the ships could end up docking. This is another area. So this would probably be for medium-sized ships, and then that would probably be for like a large-sized ship. And then the little ships the little boats, not the ships, could end up docking along in here. And so I'm going to end up continuing the lower deck, basically, on the outside edges, but we need to get the towers and stuff into place before we can actually do that. I don't want to get too far outside of this area. I wanted to get this area done so we could actually start, kind of moving forward with this project. Because the next thing is to start doing the terraforming and kind of laying out the different layers for the actual island. So that's one of the biggest things that is going to be working on next. So we're probably looking at some time lapses. I still need to update my replay mod and all of that into 1.16 and now 1.16.2. So yeah, I think the last time I used replay mod, it was in 1.15. So we need a little bit of update. But I wanted to show you guys this. This is, I was kind of working on different designs for like lighting. So this middle one right here is your typical one. I actually used some of these in the castle for the obsidian order. Use this one here, and I didn't quite want to use that. I wanted something a little bit different. So at first I ended up coming up with this, and then the top was a little bit too flat. And so I decided to go along with this right here. So this is actually what we are going to be doing for the lighting for the, for the harbor. So we're going to end up putting it about every other, around there, about every other one of these. And then that's going to end up lighting up the entire area here. Granted, not mob proofing it, but lighting it up so we at least actually have, some lighting in this. With the lampposts now all in place, it is definitely starting to look a little bit more alive here. Definitely, a lot more life, but we need more life. We're gonna do, we're gonna have different things over here. This might end up changing here. I've been tempted to actually put in like some kind of crane here. However, I want to figure out what era we are before I start making too much, too many plants, because, there's going to be a huge difference, if we decide to go with the medieval kind of build style for the buildings, then it's going to look a lot different than if we decide to go along the lines of the Georgian. Yeah, so I'm definitely really happy with the way that this is all turning out. And hopefully I can get replay mod working. That way you guys can actually see a little bit more of the like building and stuff on camera. Because yeah, there's gonna be a lot of very dull, monotonous, boring bits to this coming up next. Because of the fact that we have to terraform this entire island. Because what I want to do is I want to take this area here and slope it in to this hill right here, because this is gonna be like the main feature of the actual like island. And then we still need to go through, because like we've got a river that runs through here, and I want to go ahead and fix that up so it actually is indeed a river that runs through. And I think that is the only water feature that we need to fix. Yeah, that's the only water feature that we need to fix. We got this area here which needs a whole lot of terraforming. So the other thing is that getting dirt. So I definitely need to get more iron. That way gold would actually probably be the best bet, because there is a mesa over there. I can just do a whole bunch of mining and stuff there to get the gold for an actual beacon. That way we can actually start working on all of this as well. So yeah, so this is the harbor as it stands now. Definitely lots of progress made. We've got 2 areas where the bigger ships can end up actually, docking. So one of the next things that we need to do too is actually to get a ship in here. That make it look even more alive in here. But yeah, so this is gonna do it for me for today because we've just got there was a lot of work that went into this, even though it might not look as much. It doesn't look quite as much as, how many hours actually went into adding all of this stuff. So yeah, so I definitely hope that you guys have enjoyed the progress on this one. Hopefully with the fact that testing and stuff is now all done, hopefully I can actually get on a schedule so that, I am putting out the videos, as I was saying, on Monday and Friday. So yeah, if you guys did like this video, definitely hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, click the Mantis icon to subscribe, then hit the bell button to get notified when I put out additional content. Want to check out more of my videos? Try the one on the left, or you could check out the playlist on the right. That's it for now, but I'll see you guys in the next episode.